Hello Mook, if you have been subscribed to my channel like a few months ago and you really watch my videos, or everyone that's watched Actual Sunlight on my channel knows that I love this game. That this game brings out depression in so many things. And here is what I like to call the Redux version. Something new that I already played. Language. First of all, this is different from what we last saw, I guess, when the game first came out, when it was free to download. You didn't have to pick a language. It was like English. But also, this is very nice for the people that don't speak English. Let's see. But Actual Sunlight deals with extreme mature themes, including depression and thoughts of suicide. Player discretion is strongly advised, and this game is not appropriate for players under the age of 18. Do you want to continue? Yes. Also, I played this game. I think I played it when I was 18. In fact. So, the same starting. Why kill yourself today when you could masturbate tomorrow? By Even Winter. Amazing. I know what you're thinking. Why keep getting up day in and day out, even though your life is going nowhere? Ding 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 ding. Oh, this is nice. It's new from that other thing. And that's the same thing I do with the clock every time. No raises, no promotions, no hope, no future. And let's face it, no love. Yeah, don't put it on snooze, my friend. Because it will snooze and will wake you up again. But don't feel bad for yourself. Feel bad for exploiting immigrants who have their fingers shattered while stocking shelves on the graveyard shifts at monolithic retailers. Feel bad for the soldiers of pointless wars who have their arms blown off by AEDs. Feel bad for architect, long-haul truck drivers who need every firm grasp they have left for the dark roads and bottom-crashing races ahead. I don't understand that word. Feel bad for I guess racers don't. I don't know. No matter how bad things get, none of these people can live the life that you can. A life of pathetic, dick-punching resignation. It is dick-punching, and it hurts. You are lucky. You have food, you have water, and you have a shelter. Shelter that specifically includes at least one room with a locking door, an internet connection, and a computer you don't share with your elderly parents. No king leaves you to exhaust from one type of hammering to indulge in another. No bishop lives to tell you not to bash yourself. There has never been a better time in history of mankind to be completely crippling, devastatingly alone, and yet here you are, thinking about giving up on the good times, not realizing that you still have so much to live for, that there is still so much to jerk off to, like all that lesbian porn. After all, the world is alive with people as fat, shallow, and broken as you are, alive with a beautiful woman that have alive with beautiful women that have been lied to all their lives, who get on buses bound for your pornography. Yeah, alive with the seething sadness of all our breaking dreams. And I hope that you read these words and realize that there is still so much inside of you, just waiting to come out. I hope you promise yourself to live to see the day that you truly fall in love at first sight. Lock your eyes onto a look you've waited a lifetime to see. Hit the pause button, take a deep breath, and know what it will be like to be wanted, even if it isn't for the right reason, by anybody, if only for a moment. Okay, you really have a problem with that alarm clock thing, my friend. And the graphics change for this guy. Patient transcript. Even winter. Doctor, what do you set up your alarm clock for 5 a.m. every morning even though you would never get up for it? Why hit snooze for 2 hours? I wanted to start exercising. I mean, look at me. I had to. Then why didn't you? I don't know. I guess the night before, you feel like tomorrow will be different. Every night you think tomorrow is the day you're going to do it. Start exercising, start everything. Use arrow keys to move, Z to interact, X to save and quit, and we're not going to toggle full screen on. Okay, so have multiple language saving. Okay, that's good. We'll just review A.WAKE. Unwake, I guess? The Something Awful Forms by Red Winter 47. I'm posting this review because I think the community that has built up around this game is nothing but a moronic circle jerk. People have taken the fact that it has some false silver of artistic credibility and blown it out to ridiculousness as a way of feelings better about something that we all know is true about video games. That they are shitty. An aesthetic way that we have spent our shitty anesthetized lives. It is not great that a game has 10 different endings that require over 100 hours of average playtime to see. They're just a way of making you feel like you could be special, which is exactly what you never have. It is not romantic that a game deals with bored themes of loneliness and despair. You are actually alone. You are actually in despair. You know there is nothing romantic about it. None of it includes a long, lodging gaze into the moonlight. Just a pizza pop and a perversion until you have a stroke and your parents spend their retirement looking after you. Fine, it's not filled with rich textured characters whose relationship and dialogue will put out your heartstrings. It is hours of endless drivel that proffers completely childish conceptions of intimacy and togetherness for the sole and pandering purpose of tricking you into the fake warmth of delusionally believing that you relate to something that you only wish you did. And you believe these things because you are nothing. You never read a book that didn't have a dragon or a laser gun on it. Well, actually, Lord of the Rings doesn't have a dragon on it, what a book I have, so your argument is invalid. We have Troll. You live in a filthy dark room with a laptop and a soda-stained mousepad. And you play A.WAKE, not because it's about human beings, but because you desperately wish you were a human being in the first place. But you are not. You are not a hero, you are a monster. Use the words banned for this post. Reason? TL dot comma dr faggot. I don't know what that means, so my iPad I kept plunging over here. Transcript. Late night chill. Guest event star. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We're talking to author and comedian Evan Winter about his breakout success. Now, we don't have too many writers on the show, but what do you think has become a bit different about your life since all this happened? Well, I used to sleep on an iPad. Exactly what do you mean by sleep with? As in, you hold it close? It wasn't that intimate. But spreading out with it was finally the only reason I actually needed a queen size bed. Okay. Spreading out with it. What the fuck are you talking, man? Right, so now you would presumably sleep with woman. Yes, woman. Definitely woman. I mean, not every night, but a normal amount. A regular amount. Exactly. I'm a normal person now. And I'm good with that. You know? You sound like you're already married. I would have loved to get married. Marriage works. People always seem to think I wouldn't be up for it. But I totally am. Maybe it was all the sleeping with an iPad. Yeah, maybe. Okay, honestly, that sounding thing where the clapping still worked on was nice. From Junior Assistant Executive Administrator CHIO Office to Director of Corporate Communications. Subject, no subject. No subject. I always send emails that have no subject. There's no subject needed. Would you like to look at the transcript below and develop a new messaging for traditional compensation interview by CHIO? Program is excellent. So this program is obvious in how your shop is selling HRs to pitch it. Begin transcript. HRVP. Thanks for coming in this morning, even. CNDDTA. Door closing, sure. I'm not gonna read those things. I wish we were meeting under better circumstances. Time and time again, I've said that the one thing we need in this company, besides our top executive talent, are young people. Young people who don't just go back to bed instead of waking up. Young people who don't just walk around in a trace as if they have no future. Young people who won't let their peers down, even when they're asked to do more with less. Sound like it would be a shame to lose young people like that. I couldn't agree more. That's why I really hope you consider staying on with us, even though your composition package will be transitioning from a direct model to an experiential one. A what? A new perspective, a new opportunity to really show us what you're made of. I just want to be completely clear on this. You're talking about money, no, right? About no money, right? Well, the philosophy that we're embracing is something that we call life stage based composition. We want to hone in on exactly what the needs are for each of our employment groups based on their current life phase. So, for an employee of your age and demographic profile, we know that all you're really looking for is mentorship, energy drinks, and a very, very high quality of work that will really give you an exposure to the professional environment that you're looking for. I'm 28 years old. I'm not sure what demographic profile you think I fit into. I don't know either. There are a lot of factors there. I mean, there are people here who have family support. And as you'll no doubt recall from our mission and visit statement, this is a family company. I watched 3 people who I know have young children leave here with boxes this morning. That's exactly why they were simply released. It wouldn't have been irresponsible of us to offer them transitional opportunities. We care enough to get them out of here and back into research for a paying position as quickly as possible. That's just a way of masking yourself saying, yeah, we don't want them anymore. They're fired. They have people who need them. Do you? Can't exit. Interview ends. No. That was years ago. I gotta get up. A Sony e-reader. Definitely obsolete by now. Okay. Creative writing. 497. Why? University of Toronto. Instructor Evan Rutter. First daily lecture notes. The first thing you should know about being a writer is that it will turn you into a person who will find every excuse not to write. In fact, like many things in life, the more you want it to happen, the stupider about it you will get. A lot of people will never relate to this. A lot of people don't know what it's like to badly want something that very few people will ever get to have. And I'm not talking about money or fame, obviously. Everybody wants that. I'm talking about that deeply felt desire to say something that is painful in a way that is both beautiful and true. But without discipline, this desire will melt into crazy, miserable shitheads. I'll give you an example. I remember when I decided that enough was enough and that I was finally going to get serious about becoming an author. I went straight to the nearest bookstore to buy every book about writing that I could get my hands on. I was prepared to do anything, absolutely anything, except actually sit down and write. There were so many books that I felt I had to read before I could attempt to write anything that I bought a $300 e-reader instead of trying to carry them all home. Of course, I also planned to actually read all the books that I had supposedly read in school. That e-reader sat on my nightstand and collected dust for years. As you know, everything you interact with in this game has a story of itself, so you can't really leave a room without knowing something, without getting some exposition, which is amazing. Even now, we're doing this. Amazing instructions sawdust there by even one attempt to open box, failed to do so, and rip corrugated cardboard into pieces until dresser parts are exposed. That's what I do. Consider instance of two-person assembly to be personal indictment of character and discrimination towards sad loners. Mutual homophobic indignations about uppity Scandinavians and their perfect little shoeboxes existence. Figure out that assembling of a dresser will require actual tools and not just string tin alien keys. Run downstairs to a convenience store that thrives on overpriced sundries for emasculate condominium man children. Buy knockoff Chinese screwdriver for 3 times normal retail price. Assemble dresser. Periodically stopping to drink alone and stretch out, re-aggravating lower back injuries. Screw up assembly at the very end such that the dresser looks completely fine, but drawers are fixed in place and do not actually open. Turn structure around completely, exposing open rear side of dresser, and remove top drawer entirely, rendering entire dresser as a giant open hole. Realize that nobody would probably ever see how fucked up this is. That it wouldn't be a criteria if any girl was actually willing to come here in the first place, and that you're probably just going to leave all of your clothes hanging over the furniture or stuck in the dryer anyway. Live with it. You know, I should have said this would be like step 1. Oh, this repeats itself. Okay, we already saw this one. But how the text works is pretty nicely. Okay, iPad, reader. Okay. I screwed my back up a long time ago. Now I have a fancy shirt. I'll probably screw it up even more. I used to have a desktop. It's gone now. I just use the laptop in my room. I used to have a desktop. Okay, it's gone now. Nice TV you have here, but no cable. I tried an antenna, but all I picked was a static and informational. Still, I'm sure Rogers is charging me for it somehow. A PS3. Oh my god. I remember that, if I remember correctly, when this first appeared, it didn't say PS3. It says something else. This is the only reason I even own a TV. Anyway, I'll end everything now. Even here, I have problems with my back. I need to take care of them. Thanks for watching.